Okay, guys, our plan today is to practice more word problems. If you are absent and listening to this recording, you need to see me in the morning to make up the in-class assignment on word problems that we're doing today. Okay, so the warm-up. A little different than yesterday, but still pretty similar. We're setting this up with two equations in standard form, but instead of the information given to us in one big paragraph, it's given to us in a table. So here's what this says. For comedy tickets, the table below shows ticket sales at an all-ages comedy club on Friday night and Saturday night. And it gives us the table. Part A tells us, let X represent the cost in dollars of adult tickets. So I want you to write down for Part A, the cost of adult tickets. I'm going to abbreviate tickets. And then let Y represent the cost of student tickets. So that's pretty easy for Part A. Label X, label Y. Part A on yours also says, write a system of equations to model this scenario. Based on the table, what do you think one equation is going to be? Based on the table, what's one equation? It's actually easier than some of the ones we did yesterday. Andrew, what do you think one of them is? Yep. Good. So here's how he got this. 30x is right here, 20y is right here, 910 is the total. So you're just taking the table, which is basically what you could put in your matrix, but you can't do this one on a matrix. So don't use a matrix if you're ahead of me. Second equation is right underneath it. So we have 45x plus 30y equals 1365. Do not solve these using a matrix because you're not going to get an answer. Well, one answer. If we solve this using elimination, what can we multiply the top equation by to eliminate something? So we can multiply the top equation by something. It's going to be a decimal, but a nice decimal. Jake? Awesome. We can multiply the top equation by negative 1.5 and eliminate something. So if we multiply that top equation by negative 1.5, we end up with negative 45x minus 30y equals negative 1365. And I'm going to rewrite the bottom equation, or the second one, right underneath it. And I'm going to put a line under it, and we're going to add. So all we did was multiply that top equation by negative 1.5. What's going to happen here when we add? Calvin? Yeah, they all cancel. So we end up with 0 equals 0. So don't use the matrix on this one. What does that mean? 0 equals 0. Andrew? Many solutions. So the answer here is many solutions. Part C says, can you determine how much each type of ticket cost? Why or why not? So do we have an answer for this? No. There's many solutions, which means any value that's true for this question, yes, is going to be true for this one, but there's many different answers because the equations are exactly the same. There's not just one answer for the cost of the adult and student ticket. So same as yesterday, but we didn't do any that had answers like 0 equals 0 or 0 equals 3. That could still happen with a word problem. So what happens if you're doing this on your own? You put it in a matrix, and how would you know if it's this? You would not end up with 1, 0 and a number, 0, 1 and a number. If you don't end up with that, something's wrong. Pick a different method, because it's probably something like this. Does that make sense? Chase? The easiest way for me to answer that, Chase, is the left-hand side might be 1, 0, a number, and then it might be 0, 0, and a number. So anytime it's not 1, 0, a number, 0, 1, and a number, something's wrong. There's more I could explain to that, but it would take me a long time because you can do it by hand. That left-hand side is called the identity matrix. Not important for you guys right now, but it has to be that. Okay. Anyone else? Good question. Okay, let's go over the homework quickly, and then I'll let you know the plan for the in-class assignment. So that homework was page 16 in your homework packet. We're just going to go through the answers. I want you guys to tell me what did you get, tell me what you got for the ordered pair, and I will explain the equations. Tori, what'd you get for number 1? Yep. Okay, just tell me your ordered pair. You don't need to go through all that. Yep. Good job. So not number 2. Okay. Number 1. Okay, number 1. X is 8.6 repeating, and Y is 17.3 repeating. X was tube, Y was polar tube. The equations are X plus Y equals 26, and 15X plus 7.50Y equals 260. You definitely can use a matrix. I use substitution. You do not have to. If you prefer elimination, you also could have used that. So again, any method is fine as long as you have everything else right. Any questions on 1? Okay, Kate, what'd you get for number 2? Good. Number 2 is 50 and 70. So there were 50 adult tickets and 70 student tickets. X was adult tickets, Y was student tickets. The equations were 5X plus 3Y equals 460, and X plus Y equals 120. Okay, Celine, for number 4, what did you get for your ordered pair? Good job. So X was twigs, Y was flowers. The equations are X plus Y equals 9, and X plus 3Y equals 15. The answer is 6 twigs and 3 flowers. Any questions so far on any of those? Okay, Mara, for 5, what'd you get for your ordered pair? Okay, that's okay. Liz, what'd you get? Good job. So for number 5, X is soccer ball, Y is soccer bags. The equations are 10X plus 2Y equals 155, and 12X plus 3Y equals 189. X is $14.50, Y is $5. Okay, any questions on any of those? Okay. I need everyone to get a piece of paper, or a notebook, piece of paper or a notebook. And I'll explain this in a minute. Piece of paper and a notebook, or a notebook. There is some yellow paper in the back if you need it. When you get the paper I'm passing out, do not write on it. So when you get the paper I'm passing back, do not write on it. Why? Yeah. When you get the paper I'm passing back, do not write on it. All right. When you get the paper I'm passing back, do not write on it. Do not write on it. Cross that off. With the paper I just passed back, do not write on it. What'd you say? No, don't write on it. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. In a couple minutes, you can work with someone if you want. You're going to go through those 5 problems on that blank sheet of paper. I'm grading it and recording it in the grade book as a test grade, but it's an in-class graded assignment. You may use your notes, and you may work with one other person. They are very similar to the problems we did yesterday in the homework packet, which was the very last page. You have the rest of the class to work on it. You are going to write everything on loose leaf or on your notebook. I'm trying to save some trees because of all that paper you have used this year. So I just made 1 class set copy. That's why I don't want you to write on them. I made 26 copies to use today. So here's the plan. 1 and 3, you will get a decimal. Number 5, I am telling you to use elimination for a reason. So number 5, you must use elimination. Number 3, use what I gave you for X and Y, and that will help you. Because number 3 is a little bit confusing if you don't know what X and Y are. Number 2, read carefully. Okay, it's a little tricky. You can do it, but read carefully. Okay, when you're done, I'm going to grade it. So make sure when you come up to the podium, you and whoever you're working with have checked over everything. You're confident that you've done things okay. I don't care what method you use, But when you are solving these, I need you to make sure you identify what x and y are, write the equations, tell me what method you used, and give me what the ordered pair is. Yes, explain it, like 6 twigs, 3 flowers, whatever it might be. Okay, if this goes well, there will not be homework. So as long as you guys do well, you get it done, there will not be homework. Okay? Anyone have questions? You may use a matrix on all of them except for number 5 if you want. Okay? If you want to go ahead and work with someone, you may move desks, you may move around the room. If you want to work on your own, that's fine as well. You may use notes, you may work with one other person. Those of you that are absent, please see them in the morning so you can do this on your own.